The final part of the first Absolute Batman storyline was released this week, and unsurprisingly, it ended with a bang. For those that haven't been keeping up, the Absolute Batman series is set in a brand new universe that was created by the despotic new god, Darkseid. This universe is infused with his energy, making it a more negative and cruel place. As such, our heroes are quite different. In the case of Batman, he's a working-class civil engineer who was traumatized as a child when his father was gunned down during a mass shooting at Gotham Zoo. In the present day, Batman is at war with Black Mask and his followers, the Party Animals, who are doing their best to upend Gotham so that some skeezy developers can come in and build an experimental prison within the city, Ark-M. In the last issue, Batman exposed Black Mask's identity to the world, thinking that it would bring an end to his scheme, but instead it just escalated things. Black Mask dropped off hundreds of crates of weapons on the streets of Gotham, offering a share of hundreds of millions of dollars to anyone that took part in his campaign of chaos. With the police and mayoral candidate Hamilton Hill in his back pocket, it seems like there's no stopping Black Mask. And that is where this issue begins, with a battered, burnt and bruised Batman deciding that he needs friends too if he's going to succeed. So that's the first point that I wanted to bring up. Batman realizes that he can't actually succeed on his own, and he turns to his childhood friends for help. As regular readers will know, Bruce Wayne grew up with Waylon Jones, Edward Nygma, Oswald Cobblepot, Harvey Dent and Selina Kyle, who were all villains in the mainline universe. These are the people he turned to after his father was murdered, and of course they helped him, but none of them were particularly pleased about the revelation that he was Batman. Waylon and Oswald are the most unhappy about this revelation. Harvey is of two minds, lol, and Edward insists that he guessed that Bruce was Batman weeks ago. They may have different feelings, but they are unified in helping Bruce in his mission as Batman. Batman has learned from his past mistakes, opting to take out each of Black Mask's inner circle one at a time. Oswald drops him on board of Black Mask's party boat, where Batman quickly and violently takes out each of Black Mask's underlings one by one. Maybe this says a lot about me, but I really liked when Batman just punted the youngest member of the group over the edge of the boat into the sea. If it were me in that situation, I wouldn't have given him a life jacket, but it's clear that despite everything, Batman values human life. When the time comes to face Black Mask, he is alone. We had previously seen that he was a capable fighter after he choked prize fighter Bibbo Bobowski to death in an earlier issue, but he's no match for Batman, who beats him about the head with a bowling ball. Black Mask resorts to using a garrote to strangle Batman, but Batman is fully prepared for this, as he uses the adjustable ears on his cowl to stab Black Mask in the eyes. Ouch. With Black Mask out of the way, Batman blows up the server room on board the ship, effectively cutting off the signal to all of the party animals. We had seen Martha Wayne's attempts at reasoning with the people of Gotham, telling them to reject Black Mask's offer of wealth in exchange for killing Mayor Gordon and destroying the city. We can see that there was a specific reward for each type of crime. Robbery, $50,000. Arson, $100,000. Assault, $150,000. Murder, $250,000. The whole thing resembles the movie The Purge, where once per year citizens are allowed to commit any crime they want on the condition that they behave themselves for the rest of the year, really demonstrating how awful people can be deep down inside. This is demonstrated by the new party animals, who fully intended to kill Mayor Gordon for the $1 million bounty on his head. They ignore Martha's pleas and argue that they may as well just try to get a piece of the pie for themselves before everything falls apart. But then Batman blows up the servers, cutting them off, and without the promise of money, the crimes stop. It's a very cynical view of humanity and perfectly fitting for a universe created by Darkseid, and I guess this is what Scott Snyder means when he says the Absolute Universe is just generally more cruel and callous. Where the mainline universe leans towards decency and heroism, here the heroes are few and far between. This is further demonstrated by the fact that the news openly reports on Black Mask's crimes, but nobody seems to want to do anything about it, certainly not the police. It'll be interesting to see if there's any blowback on the police and mayoral candidate Hamilton Hill for their association with Black Mask. That might be guaranteed in any other universe, but here the scum always seems to thrive, as we see on the final page. we get another glimpse at this universe's Joker, who is a humorless billionaire responsible for ravaging the planet. Here, we see that he literally seems to be draining the life essence from babies of colour, with his own pale skin turning to a more healthy shade over time. That is not at all subtle imagery, but the absolute line is generally about as subtle as a hammer to the head. And you know what? It's still pretty accurate. Joker notes that it is time to bring in Bane to help clean up the mess in Gotham. If Absolute Batman is a massive tank of a man, I shudder to think about how huge Bane will be. You never know though, Snyder and Dragotta may subvert expectations and make him quite diminutive. I think that would actually be quite funny. It's clear that Batman didn't have an escape plan as he is caught up in the sinking vessel. Note that he didn't save a life jacket for himself, he made sure to give one to all of Black Mask's gang. Oswald had warned him that he didn't have enough fuel to wait for him, so this would be a one-way journey. And yet he dived in without hesitation, in an image that evokes Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns and the title sequence for Batman the Animated Series. Batman clearly didn't care that he could die, all he cared about was stopping the party animals. So it's good fortune then that he had more allies than he thought. Absolute Batman number 6 is available now from all good comic shops. If you are based in the UK and don't have a comic shop near you, then you might want to use my affiliate link with the UK's biggest comic retailer, Forbidden Planet. I have included a link in this video's description. Alternatively, if the idea of hoarding a collection of comic books fills you with dread, I am getting perilously close to filling our storage unit, you may want to try getting a digital copy of the issue from Amazon. I also have an affiliate link which you could use to help my channel out. I've included the Amazon affiliate link in the info button in the top right corner, as well as this video's description. To those that have read the issue, what did you think? Why was that panel of Batman punting that Black Mask kid so funny? What does it mean for the potential rogues of Gotham City to know Batman's secret identity? And is this the end of Black Mask? I fail to see how he could come back from this, forgive the pun. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And just before I wrap up, special thanks to all of my current channel members who help make these videos possible. Their names are listed on screen right now. Next time, I'll be back on Friday to talk about the King of Fools, Bruno Mannheim, and how his storyline in Superman the Animated Series showed the folly of partnering with Darkseid. Next Monday, I'll release a new video looking at Creature Commando's version of The Bride to talk about how she overcame her lot in life to become more than just the Bride of Frankenstein. I'll also be talking about some more Absolute comics. Absolute Wonder Woman 6 is coming out, and it's the first part of a 2-part story about Diana dealing with the consequences of escaping from hell. So yeah, that fiery hand at the end of issue 5 was probably Hades, as many people pointed out. And the Absolute Lines expansion continues with the first issue of a 6-issue miniseries about the Absolute Martian Manhunter. FBI agent John Jones is dealing with a unique problem. An interdimensional alien calling itself the Martian has invaded his mind. So yeah, I've got a lot to keep me busy. Hope to see you then.